What's up YouTube, Shadow here, and welcome back to another Dark Souls 2 weapon showcase video. This time I'm showcasing the Sun Sword. Now I imbued mine with lightning and it is plus 10. It has 122 base physical damage and 122 base lightning damage. It requires 15 strength and 13 dexterity to wield. It has a B scaling in strength, a C scaling in dex, and a B in lightning. And it weighs 3 pounds and does 20 poise damage. So with that said, now we're going to look at my stats. I am a level 168, Vigor 35, Endurance 35, Vitality 10, Attunement 12, Strength 30, Dex 26, Adaptability 8, Intelligence 15, Faith 50, and my attack rating for this weapon is 347. Now we're about to move on to the PvP part of this side of the weapon showcase, so I will see you there. Okay guys, so the first thing I want to talk about is this weapon's moveset. The moveset is very nice and varied. It has slash attacks, it has thrust attacks, so basically like a sword and a rapier. It's really nice, although a lot of people I thought had the same weapon or used the same thing, which would be sword or rapiers and fist weapons. So because of that, I couldn't really get to show all the movesets to its full potential because I had to fight based on what they were using and change up strategy, and there's a lot of the same strategy. So yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, these fights were kind of weird, and on top of that I'm kind of rusty because I haven't done this in a while, so forgive me for that. But yeah, the moveset is actually very nice. You can chain combos together very well, and it's just all around really nice. So this guy's about to go down, and here comes the next fight. Okay guys, so the second thing I want to talk about with this weapon is the attack rating. The attack rating, yes, seems maybe will seem a little low to higher level opponents and higher level people using higher level weapons. But for a straight sword, having a 347 attack rating, I believe I said, that's actually pretty damn good for a straight sword. So you can't really complain there. Like I said, higher levels will probably like expect more damage output from this weapon, but for a straight sword, it'll work. It'll get through some bad situations if you know how to use it. So with that said, all around this weapon, its moveset and its attack is fine, is perfect for what it is. So you can't really complain about that. It has a great moveset, has really good attack for a straight sword, so you can't really complain. But we're about to get into the next fight now, and we'll get on to the next subject. Okay guys, so we talked about the pros with the moveset and the attack. Now I kind of want to go into the cons about this weapon. So some things I really didn't like about this weapon was, one, the first subject is the reach. Like all straight swords, it has a small to medium reach. This seemed more like a small reach. I had a lot of trouble fighting against opponents with longer weapons such as ultra great swords and spears, because when you're fighting against those type of weapons with this weapon, you need to be really aggressive and get up in their face and be on them constantly. And that's when the rolling attacks come in handy and do really well, in the sprinting attacks, sprinting R1, rolling R1, and all that good stuff. But yeah, it does have a low reach for my liking. I'd like it to have a little more reach to it, but I can kind of look past that with it having a good attack rating and a good moveset. So this fight's about coming to an end here in a second, and we'll be in the next one. Okay, so the second con I want to talk about is how predictable this weapon can be to more veteran players. And what I mean by that is its most useful attacks, which are just sprinting R1s and rolling R1s and stuff like that, can actually be very predictable to veteran players, and therefore you can get parried, or they can easily dodge and maybe even get backstab if they're really good. With that said, you really gotta be careful with this weapon. I believe that is the weapon's best attacks for getting hits in and getting damage in, is the rolling and sprinting attacks. With that said, you're always putting yourself at risk doing that against someone if they know what they're doing, if they've played this game before and are used to fighting this weapon. The good thing though is I don't really see a lot of people using this weapon, so I don't think that should be that big of a concern. With that said, another thing I would like to say is that the most useful form of this weapon would be two-handing it, I believe. When I was two-handing it, which I did more than one-handing it, I seemed to get a lot more of the hits in. It seemed a lot easier to get hits in, so it just seems like two-handing this weapon is the way to go if you're okay with not using a shield. But that's into that fight, and on to the next one. Okay guys, so to summarize this weapon, the moveset and attack rating is fine, it's perfect. You don't need to worry about it. It has a great moveset, it has a great attack rating for being a stray sword for what it is, and that's always a good thing. It's always something you need in PvP fights, or any fight, whether it's PvE or PvP. So yeah, that's all good things, but the cons of this weapon, like I said, it having not that much reach and being predictable, that can really hurt you if you don't learn to adapt to those cons. Like, you need to realize what they are and know how to work around them to use this weapon. But yeah, it seems like the two-handing this weapon is the way to go. And most of the time, like, don't two-hand it all the time though, because again, you're going to be more predictable and easier to parry to the veterans. You need to keep switching it up, make sure you have variety and all that good stuff. But yeah, all in all, it's a great weapon. It's really good for what it is. You just have to be mindful of the cons and know what you're doing and learn. To people who like to use straight swords and rapiers, if you're used to those weapons, this weapon is not going to be a problem for you to learn at all. It's going to be very easy to pick this up and learn quickly. And if you don't like using those weapons, it still is going to be a pretty easy weapon to pick up on. Just, you know, test its attacks, get used to it, and you'll be fine. But yeah, that's it for this weapon showcase. This is the second to last fight. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily Bloodborne and Dark Souls 2 content. And I will see you in the next video.